You stand here a result of your decisions, your goals, and your failures. You were born into a world that promised you nothing, provided you no promises, no shortcuts, no giveaways. It owes you nothing. The terrible truth is that no one cares about your challenges, your hardships, your sleepless nights. No one is waiting at the end of your sorrow with a prize for your suffering. The world isn't your buddy, and it isn't your enemy. It's indifferent, cold, unforgiving. The sooner you embrace it, the sooner you can take charge of your fate. The truth is uncomfortable, isn't it? But it's the one thing you should hold to, since it's the only thing that matters. Life is hard. It always has been. Those who succeed don't get there because the cosmos favors them or because they were owed anything. They get there because they clawed their way through blood and sweat, tearing away the impediments that were put in their path. And that's the only thing you can rely on, your ability to fight. Every moment you spend feeling sorry for yourself is a moment lost. Every excuse you make, every time you throw a finger at someone else, you're giving up power. Because the moment you blame the world is the moment you stop trying to change your fate. No one cares how exhausted you are, how many times you've been knocked down, or how unjust the world has been to you. And why should they? Look about you. Every individual you pass is coping with their own challenges, fighting their own fights, whether you see them or not. Life is not a battlefield where everyone gets equal weaponry. Some are born with more, some with less. That's the reality. Some folks will have advantages that you will never have. They'll be born into wealth, have connections, or be at the right place at the right moment. And you? Maybe you have none of that. Maybe you're starting from nothing. But that doesn't mean you can't ascend. If you want to alter your life, you need to embrace one truth. No one is coming to save you. There's no cavalry on the horizon. No mentor waiting in the wings to offer you the keys to success. There's no cosmic force that's going to balance the scales for you. The world doesn't care if you succeed or if you fail. It will keep turning anyway. The only thing that can change your fate is you. And the moment you recognize that the world owes you nothing is the moment you take control of your future. The ones who soar to the top, who carve out their mark in history, are not the ones waiting for a helping hand. They're the ones who take what they want, who refuse to be crushed beneath the weight of their circumstances. They don't complain. They don't wait. They act. You have two choices in this life. You can wait for the world to recognize you, to hand you what you think you deserve, to finally give you what you believe you are owed, or you can grab what's yours by force, by determination, by pure resolve. But make no mistake, this isn't simple. This path is paved with broken aspirations, shattered expectations, and unremitting sacrifice. You will confront hurdles that will break you down until you feel you have nothing more to give. And still, the world will not give you pity. No one will feel your anguish the way you experience it. No one will comprehend your struggle the way you understand it. But here's the thing. That's your edge. Your sorrow, your struggle, your hardship. These are the things that will forge you into something stronger. Every cry, every drop of sweat, every restless night. It's growing something in you that no luxury or benefit can generate. Resilience, grit, hunger. The precise thing that threatens to destroy you is the thing that may make you unstoppable if you allow it. The world doesn't care about your justifications, and it doesn't care about your circumstances. It cares about results. The successful persons you admire, they didn't get where they are by waiting for the world to give them what they deserved. They got there because they outworked everyone else, because they sacrificed what others weren't willing to forfeit, because they had the guts to think that they could win even when the odds were stacked against them. So quit waiting. Stop hoping that things will get easier. that someone will come along and make your life better. The world isn't fair, and it never will be. The sooner you embrace it, the sooner you can start fighting for what's yours. And fight you must. This life will knock you down again and again. It will push you to the point of despair, making you doubt everything you thought you knew about yourself. But at those instances, you have a choice. You can give up or you can soar. You can let the world crush you, or you can use its weight to make yourself stronger. Every time you fall, you have the opportunity to rise again, harder, faster, more determined than before. Because the truth is, the world isn't actively working against you. It's not aiming to keep you down. It's just indifferent. It's your responsibility to make it care. It's your responsibility to produce an influence so undeniable that the world has no choice but to notice you. Not because it owes you, but because you've earned it. You don't deserve something just because you exist. You don't deserve success because you've worked hard. Hard work alone isn't enough. You have to be relentless. You have to be smarter, more strategic, more ruthless in your pursuit of your goals. And you have to keep pushing, even when everything in you is screaming to quit. People will tell you to be patient, to wait for the proper moment, to believe that everything will work out. But patience is a falsehood. Waiting is a lie. Time is not on your side. Every second you spend waiting is a second squandered. The world will not wait for you to figure things out. The opportunities you think you're owed will pass you by if you're not ready to grasp them when they arise. You have to be relentless. You have to be merciless in your ambition. Because no one else will care about your dreams the way you do. No one else will fight for you. No one else will lose sleep over your failures. You have to be willing to sacrifice what others won't. Comfort, security, certainty. These are luxuries you cannot afford. Not if you want to win. If you want to rise above, you have to be willing to go where others won't. You have to be willing to suffer pain that others might shy away from. You have to be willing to labor harder, struggle longer, and push through more than anyone else. You have to be willing to create enemies, to be loathed, to be misunderstood. Because success isn't about being liked or being comfortable. It's about power, and power is taken, not given. The world owes you nothing, and that is your freedom. You are not bound by anyone's expectations. You don't have to wait for permission, for recognition, for approval. You are free to battle, to claw your way to the top, to take what you desire without apology. But freedom comes with responsibility. If you fail, it's on you. If you don't make it, there's no one to blame except yourself. The world doesn't care about your reasoning, your justifications, or your excuses. It just cares about one thing: outcomes. So stop waiting for the world to give you what you think you deserve. Stop expecting life to be fair, to be kind, to be just. It's not, and it never will be. The world owes you nothing, and once you accept that, you'll discover that you owe the world nothing in return. You don't owe it your cooperation, your obedience, or your surrender. You are free to take what's yours, to carve out your spot, to make your mark. And when you do, you'll discover something else. The world may not owe you anything, but when you've battled hard enough, long enough, it will respect you. Not because it wanted to, but because you gave it no option. So rise, fight, struggle, break if you must, but rebuild yourself stronger every time. The world owes you nothing, but that's its greatest gift to you, because you owe it nothing in return. You are free to become anyone you wish, to do whatever you necessary to attain your goals. And when you ultimately stand at the top, you'll know that no one gave it to you. You took it. You earned it. You made the world notice, and that is true power. Now go out there and claim what's yours.